Are you ready to believe that a bottle of solution costing only about $3 can replace a dozen expensive gardening products? If not, do not jump to conclusions. Because gardeners, more than 100 years ago, did exactly that every day. You step into your garden in the middle of June and notice that a few pepper plants are turning yellow from the bottom up. The tops of the plants are wilting even though the soil is still moist. You water them more, hoping they will recover. But just a few days later, they die completely. You replace the plants. Then the cucumbers start dying too. You buy fungicide, root stimulant, and microbial powder, bottle after bottle, but the garden keeps getting thinner. Does that sound familiar? Have you ever spent a lot of money on plant treatments, but seen almost no change? I am Jacob Yoder, an Amish man who lives with his family on a small farm near the town of Bird in Hand in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. In my garden shed, there are not dozens of different chemicals. There is only one brown bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide. My parents used it. My grandparents did too. And many generations of gardeners, before the chemical industry developed, knew that just one small bottle could solve many problems in the garden. Today I will share 10 practical ways I use it every year. These are not folk remedies, but methods based on chemical principles and verified gardening research. Number 1. Disinfect planting pots and gardening tools. If you have ever started seeds very carefully, but the seedlings still died after just 1 or 2 weeks, the problem is most likely not the seeds. What many people do not realize is that old pots, seed trays, or pruning shears from the previous season can still carry fungal diseases, bacteria, and even insect eggs. You replace the soil and buy new seeds, but the old pathogens are still there. My family always begins each growing season by cleaning all of our tools before planting any seeds. Simply spray 3% hydrogen peroxide directly onto both the inside and outside of the pots. If the pots are very dirty, soak them in a solution of 1 part hydrogen peroxide and 1 part water for about 30 minutes. For pruning shears, garden trowels, or knives, simply spray them thoroughly. Let them sit for about 1 minute, then wipe them clean and rinse them with water. It may sound simple, but this small step significantly reduces the number of pathogens left over from the previous growing season. Number 2, soak seeds before planting. Now let us talk about something I always do before every spring. Many people think seeds germinate slowly because of the weather or the quality of the seeds. That is partly true, but there is another reason. The outer coating of a seed is designed to protect the embryo throughout the winter. That same coating also makes it difficult for water to penetrate. Hydrogen peroxide helps soften that coating while also killing pathogens on the surface and providing extra oxygen to the seed embryo. For small seeds such as lettuce, carrots, or basil, soak them for 30 minutes to 1 hour. Medium-sized seeds such as cucumbers, squash, or sunflowers can be soaked for 1 to 4 hours. Beans, corn, or peas can be soaked for 4 to 8 hours or overnight. After soaking, plant the seeds immediately while they are still moist. This is one of the simplest methods, but it is also the one that I have found makes the most noticeable difference every growing season. Number 3, save plants with root rot. This is probably the reason many people turn to hydrogen peroxide. notice a plant wilting even though the soil is still very wet. The lower leaves begin to turn yellow. The plant almost stops growing. Many people think the plant needs more water, so they water it again. In reality, these are often signs of root rot. For mild cases, I mix 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide with 1 cup of water and pour it around the base of the plant. Repeat every 3 to 4 days for about 2 to 3 weeks. If the roots are already severely rotted, I water once with a full-strength 3% solution, then switch to the diluted solution. But remember one very important thing. Hydrogen peroxide is not a miracle. If you continue overwatering or the soil remains compacted and does not drain well, the plant will eventually die. You need to cut away the rotted roots, replant if necessary, and improve the soil's drainage. That is the real way to solve the problem at its source. Number 4. Help control fungal diseases on leaves. This is the part I want to explain very carefully. Many people online claim that hydrogen peroxide can treat almost every plant disease. That is not true. It can be quite helpful for powdery mildew, some types of leaf spot, and surface mold on leaves. But it is not an insect treatment, and it cannot treat diseases caused by viruses. I mix 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide with 1 cup of water and spray it early in the morning or in the late afternoon. Never spray it in the middle of a sunny day. Before spraying the entire plant, test it on 1 leaf first and wait about 24 hours. Some ornamental plants are quite sensitive and may develop leaf burn if they react to the solution. Waiting 1 extra day is better than damaging the entire plant. Number 5. Add oxygen to compacted or waterlogged soil. This final use is also the one that the fewest people know about. After heavy rains, some areas of the garden hold water for hours or even days. The roots are left with almost no oxygen for respiration. That creates the ideal environment for the fungi that cause root rot to thrive. I mix 1 tablespoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide with about 1 liter of water and apply it evenly over the waterlogged area. This solution is not a fertilizer. It also cannot replace proper soil improvement. It simply provides a temporary supply of oxygen so the root system has more time to recover. The long-term solution is still to add organic matter, improve drainage, or build raised beds. And that is something I always remind people. Hydrogen peroxide is a very useful tool, but it cannot replace the basic principles of gardening. What matters is not using more chemicals, but understanding what your plants truly need. Number 6. Do not water when you think it is the best time. There is one thing that surprises many people when they visit my garden. They see that the soil is a little dry, but I still have not watered. They ask, "Elias, the plants are thirsty, so why are you not watering them?" I just smile. What I care about is not whether the surface of the soil is dry or wet. It is what is happening to the roots below. If the soil about 5 to 7 centimeters below the surface is still moist, I wait a little longer. Watering too soon only trains the roots to stay close to the surface. Over time, the root system becomes weaker and the plants become less tolerant of drought. I always want the roots to grow deeper and find water on their own. That is how plants stay healthy during hot weather. Number 7. Never leave the soil bare. When I was a child, I asked my grandfather why he always spread straw around the base of his plants. And he patiently explained that it was not just a habit, but also a very natural and effective way to care for the soil. He said only one short sentence, but it carried a great deal of meaning. Nature has never liked bare soil. Later, as I grew older and gained more experience, I gradually came to understand the deeper meaning of those words. Mulch not only helps the soil retain moisture during hot weather, but also naturally reduces the growth of weeds. It also helps prevent the soil from becoming compacted after heavy rains, keeping the soil structure loose and well aerated. At the same time, mulch creates an ideal environment for earthworms and other beneficial organisms to thrive, helping improve soil quality over time. Straw, dry leaves, dried grass, or even partially finished compost can all make excellent mulch when used properly. A layer of mulch just a few centimeters thick can sometimes be more effective than watering every day, especially during long periods of dry weather. Number 8. Do not harvest too late. This is a mistake that almost everyone has made. Everyone wants to wait a few more days for the fruit to grow bigger, but many vegetables produce better yields when they are harvested early. Cucumbers, green beans, zucchini, and peppers are all like that. The more often you harvest them, the more the plants continue to flower and produce fruit. If you leave mature fruit on the plant, it will think its job of producing seeds is finished and begin slowing down the production of new fruit. That is why two people can grow the same variety, yet one harvests twice as much as the other. It is not because they use more fertilizer. It is because they harvest at the right time. A few simple signs can help you know when it is time to harvest. Cucumbers should be picked while they are still dark green, firm, and have not started turning yellow. Green beans taste best when the pods are still tender and snap easily when bent. Peppers can be harvested when they have just started changing color or while they are still green, depending on your preference. But do not leave them on the plant until the skin becomes wrinkled. Zucchini should be picked while the skin is still tender and your fingernail can press into it easily. In addition, the time of day is also very important. Early morning, when the plants still hold their natural moisture, is usually the best time to harvest. Avoid harvesting in the heat of midday because the plants lose water more easily and wilt more quickly. Just by paying attention to these small details, you will find that your garden produces a much more consistent harvest. Number 9. Observe the leaves before applying fertilizer. Whenever a plant grows slowly, many people's first reaction is to add more fertilizer, but sometimes the plant is not lacking nutrients. It simply is not getting enough light, or the soil is too wet, or the roots are having problems. If you keep adding fertilizer, you will only make the soil more unbalanced. I always spend a few minutes observing the color of the leaves, the stem, and the underside of the leaves before deciding to do anything. A good gardener is not the one who has the most fertilizer. It is the one who knows how to listen to the garden. Number 10. The most valuable thing is not sold in stores. After decades of gardening, I realized that the thing that keeps a garden healthiest cannot be found on any store shelf. It is patience. Plants need time to establish their roots. The soil needs time to recover. Organic fertilizer also needs time to become available as nutrients. We live in a time when everyone wants immediate results. But a garden does not work that way. It always rewards those who know how to wait. Perhaps that is also the greatest lesson my grandparents left me. And to this day, I still believe it is more important than any chemical. So today I have shared with you the gardening tips that my family has preserved and practiced in our garden for generations. Some of these methods are very simple, and some may seem like things everyone already knows. But it is these small habits that make a big difference from one growing season to the next. I have always believed that a great garden is not created by expensive products, but by careful observation, patience, and the knowledge passed down from one generation to the next. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to press the like button so more people who love gardening can have the chance to learn these tips. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you can join me in the next videos. I will continue sharing simple, affordable gardening tips that have stood the test of time and that you may not easily find anywhere else. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I wish your garden stays lush and every season brings a bountiful harvest. I am Elias Yoder. I will see you again in the next video.